They just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the truth. Please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Hey everyone, it's me again. Football show tonight, so everything about football, everything. I hope to have 2 great guests on tonight, by the way. When I can see them, the co- they've been sent the links anyway, and it'll be great. I'll surprise you who it is when I see them. Big old Frank Carlyle and chat says, right, I just want to mention these people. Gap Painting Services for sponsoring the Frank Carlyle pods, every single one of them. Please don't struggle decorating your own. Just get these lads in. They're fully time served. Every one of them served apprenticeship. Not only that, they're fully insured as well. So if anything went wrong, bang, be replaced. But nothing happens like that, not with these fellas. And they're absolutely superb. You'll also be gleaming, whatever you want to. Honestly, it will be gleaming. And if you're an NHS worker, special discount. Don't be coming home from mad shifts and trying to decorate at the same time. Get these lads in. You get a special discount. If you're elderly, please don't struggle. Please don't struggle bending down and using step ladders or whatever. Get these lads in and you get a special discount. And if you don't fit into any of those categories, they're very, very reasonable. Honestly, they are smashing people, smashing lads. As I said, they're fully time served, every one of them. And that's Gap Painting Services, the sponsors of everything that Frank does, all the pods. And also what I want to add as well is, look, these are smashing people, you know. These are a small business, that scarf or a badge. And as I keep saying, you know, these are Mike and Michelle Dean. They're absolutely wonderful. They'll look after you. They really will. And they sell top quality stuff. And I keep reiterating this. The likes of what I've got on, I got that in 2019 for the final over there in Madrid to play Tottenham. Look at it. Still quality. How many times has this been washed? You see what I mean? Never lose its colour. Used to be white like, but only joking. That scarf and a badge. And if you can't make it, he's always open 2 hours every home game, every single home game, whether it's a daytime match, whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday, whether it's a Monday bloody night like it was last week, you know, 2 hours he's open for. So you've got time to go in, have a mooch around, look at the quality stuff, and then go to match. Because Mike goes to match, and Michelle. So that's why they're open 2 hours. But if you're failing that, just go to atscarforabadge.com and see the merchandise there. Everything is quality. Believe you me. Anyway, that's the lovely Mike and Michelle Dean, and that's Scott. And there I am. Hello. We talk of football tonight. No history, no nothing like that. That's good. Anyway, Simon, hi Franco. I believe you have Jamie on tonight. The other night he was on Slayton Gapco, who last played 49, who last season played 49 games, 18 goals, 7 assists, compared to Diaz, 50 games, 17 goals, 8 assists. How is he bad? Well, they're the talking points, because what they're looking at, I think what he's looking at there is, if we sign Isak, where's Ekatike going to play? And I think he must be thinking we'll play him on the left, because he likes coming in on the left, does Ekatike. So that's what he could be, aiming at, to drop Gapco. So anyway. So you're right there, and he carries on, Simon, with his essay. Yes, Gapco frustrates, always coming in on his right foot, but his stars are bad. But the stars are bad compared with a player sold for 80 million. I was more shocked saying he was okay with the subs, cost us two. Hey, don't talk about that. Slot was lucky. Slot got out of the jail that night. He got out of jail 2-0 up. And they allowed that fella Semio to come right through the middle to get the equaliser. That was shocking. He got out of jail. Did you see when Chiesa scored? Did you see Slot? And his little Dutch backroom, Bournemouth backroom staff jumping up. Oh, they were fucking hell, we got out of jail. That's the feeling I got. Got out of jail. Most probably, for me, the issues we have come from two fronts. Slot doesn't have a plan B. He encourages teams to play on us, and you can't get away with another season doing it. Also, for 2 sessions, we can't defend separate, no. That is the Scottish. Good evening, Frank. I hope you're well tonight. All the better to see you, mate. All the better. Good to see you. And there's Callum the Mad Red, King of the Cop. Hello, Frank. Gonna be a hell of a battle next Monday. What way? What way is it going to be a battle? Callum. Hey, Frank. This Isak and Gay is doing my head in. It's got doing everyone's head in. That's why we don't say anything on here. You can't keep going on about Isak and this Gay fella. You just can't. Everybody else, every pod that you look at is going on about Isak and this Gay. When are we going to get him? We do need them, by the way. I'm not saying that. We do need them badly. Getting Cappy in. Good evening, Frank says ambidextrous. Hey, Ambi. Good to see you. I'm sorry about last night as well, all you lovely people. That doesn't apply to Simon, because Simon wasn't on last night. Simon must have been watching a match. Didn't bother about the pod. The way it goes. Anyway, I'm seriously worried Newcastle were battered back four all over the place, no recognised right back, and how we'll have them right up for the game to prove a point. Need big players to show up. Good shout that, actually, Simon. Good shout. There's this wonderful fella, Lee Brady. Yeah, I'm indebted to, by the way, for what he did for me. Lee Brady. The vlogs. He's the vlogs when he's MI6, by the way. And Lee says, hello, Frank, hope you're well. Really enjoying this Ekatike fella. Scoring 2 already. Looking bright for him. Yeah, looking bright for him. Just waiting for his sack now. Yeah. Toscano, I'll be sending you a photograph through. You know, I'll send you it through what I've got for you. Be posting it this week sometime. Anyway, she says, ciao Franco, hi everyone. Agree, Callum, the Reds we need to be on top form. And for obvious reasons, they'll be going for it. I'm expecting some dodgy tackles as well. Could be brutal. But are we playing next Monday? We played last Monday. Are we playing next Monday as well? I know it's bank holiday. And it's Beatle week. And as I say, we beat Newcastle at 8. They haven't got a striker, and Gordon, one of their best players, is up playing up front. Gordon. Did you ever see him when he scored against us? Running there. Fucking horrible, eh? Don't fucking want him anyway. Sorry to swear, my good ladies. I don't normally swear, but these people on here, the likes of Simon and Eds, would make me swear. Not concerned about Isak and Gay. They'll be sorted over the next few weeks. Still an attacker short, even. Yeah, I've said that. But still an half-back as well, a centre-back short. Callum Simon, yeah, Gay is coming. We are putting a bid in this week. T. Even in Frank and chat, even T. They're all on form tonight. And Simon to Toscana, there will be dark arts at work. Let's hope they can defend better. How does me mate stay? Frank and chat, I hope you got my. I did. But I was only saying that I sent you an email. I'll tell you what I'll do again. I will say that I don't bother with it. I really don't bother with emails, to be honest. But I got an email off Jason. It came through, you know, like our one. And I don't go on that one. I can't even fucking get on it. Never mind read anything from it. And Jason just sends them on. And it's about, they want me to appear on you're not going to believe this. Oh. They want me to appear on the telly throughout Europe and China. Honestly. But it's talking about our Chinese brothers, you know, during the Second World War. They want me to, but I don't know whether I'm able, to be honest. That's next week. They want me to go down, and they're going to record it for, you know, this massive European Chinese television company. It'll be going out there. Can you imagine me appearing in China? I've already appeared in Europe, so I think they're bloody used to me, to be honest. Darryl says, Chiesa staying then. I think so. I think so. We need to tighten up at the back, though. At the time, I didn't understand why Slot brought Enzo on. His substitutions were shocking. I've been following football, not telling you honestly, since they were building the first pyramid at Giza. You know what I mean? I've been following Liverpool. And I've never seen pathetic substitutions as that. I've never seen any of our managers, even when substitutes were first appeared under the Shanks. All the subs I've seen them. And then when I've never seen two full backs taken off at once. Think about that. Think about that. That's sick of me, that. Do you know when you come and you analyse what was going on? That was the most pathetic thing I've ever known. I'm not talking about any other managers, by the way. They don't interest me. I'm talking about Liverpool managers or coaches, whatever they call. They like to call this fella. Never seen it, and it nearly cost us the game. Only for Chiesa, Federico, nearly cost us the game, and that angered me. That only for that lad who's being left in the dark. Come on and save Slot's hair. He shaved his neck, didn't he? And then Mo with that unbelievable goal where he ran from to outpace the fella who was near it. Take it and bang, goal. That's Mo Salah for you. And Mia, the lovely Mia. Evening, everyone. Evening, Mia. And Snapey, all right, mate. Okay, you hope you're getting better. Warmest greetings from Speakeasy Raconteur. I'm out of Aussie, and now I'm out. No, you're not. You're not. Juggling. I said jogging. You can't keep a good band down. Certainly can't. Up the mighty lemma. Great to see you there, Snapey. Honestly, mate. Honestly. I got a letter off the Aussie today, and it said, like my eyes and that, I had to go and get all this things on. But anyway, they said, my eyes are all right, but it's the outside now that I've got to get sorted. Hey, Bed, says the devil. Scottish. Mia. Hello, Bear. I hope everyone's doing. And the bear says, hit the like button on the way in. Thanks, Liverpool faithful. See that? I'm wondering where Jamie is. And the Foz. Well, I can't see them, I just can't see them. They definitely have had. Honestly, they definitely had the link sent. The bear says, Mia recovering well. Thanks. It's like emergency world said here, isn't it? Me with my eyes and everything else. The bear going into Aussie for a serious offer there, Snapey. Oh, blimey. Callum. Like the Merseyside derby type game, they will be kicking us everywhere. Yeah. I agree. Hey, what you think of that Tony Evans? That arsehole? What do you think about him? Saying about the Chiesa song? And bring him an ISIL into it? That's shocking, man. He's a divvy. Seen him. I always remember him saying on LFC TV, going back years ago, I was on there, and he was saying, and we were talking about Steven Gerrard when we won the European Cup in 2005, well, the Champions League, and he said, we didn't need Steven Gerrard after he scored to be doing all that because we were up for it then. Oh, fuck off. That's what he said about Stevie. We didn't need him to be doing all. You know what he was lifting? Come on, you can fucking do this. And he calls himself a red. Yes. That's why I take no fucking notice of him. Anyway, Leigh says, what I didn't get, Frank, is that Frimpong and Kirkes were out of position defensively and attacking. They weren't linking up much or putting in any crosses or nothing. And they're miles away to get back and defend. Honestly, you've got to understand this. They were the tactics. Their tactics. You can see that surely, Lee. They're always getting instructions down their ears, our lads. Them all. And that were the instructions they got. But he understands where you're coming from. And it is a worry. It is a worry. And Anton Lewis. Hello, Anton. If you're new, can you like and subscribe, please? Thank you. And he says, gotta pay what it takes to bring them the bet. Of course. We've been saying that for years. We've been saying it for years, Anton. And I just don't understand why they haven't put in the second bid. All they got to do is put in the second bid for Isak. Just fucking pay for their gig, you know what I mean? Just say, all right, here. Instead of trying to squeeze the last thing out of there. Anyway, that's me. That's me. So, yeah, I agree with you there, Anton. You've got to pay. You really have. You've got to pay. And Darryl says, heard the pod saying start Robert. Oh, no, absolutely not. I agree. No way. You have a look at their goal. You have a look at their second goal. And you see that fella running right down the middle from our 18-yard box. And you see Robertson and couldn't keep up. He slowed down. I don't know what Canate was doing. And, even there, Van Dijk. Even Van Dijk. So you're right there, Dallal. I totally agree with you 100%. Bear. And me, yeah. Bear. Oh, yeah, there's a big heart for Bear. No big heart for me, though, is there? Thanks very much, Amber. Buonasera, Franco. And lovely chats. Hope you're all well. Grazie mille, cara mia. Cara mia bella. And the Snappy says, Isak is ours. Ends of the window. He burns his bridges at the barcodes. for me, a wrecking central. I've said it all along, Snapey, and you know that we want a DM is of equal importance because we're all over the place in transition. That's a cracker. I said it, I've been saying it for 3 years that we need a DM. And when Gravenberch was put there last season, yeah, he was good. No getting away from that. But we need cover. Endo's not the man. That's my opinion. Endo's getting on. You know, they're talking about ages where the likes of Virgil and that. They're fucking they're the same age. Callum. Frank, news came out that Leverkusen has had Prem teams. Has had Prem teams wanting Cappy, but they aren't open to selling this season as he's part of Ten Hag's rebuild there. He's brilliant. You know that I've been wanting him for a couple of seasons, Callum. I've been saying it for a couple of seasons. I wanted Kovacic, you know what I mean, play for the PSG, play for Napoli, because I follow Napoli. And I was saying Kvaratskhelia, whatever his name is anyway. I wanted him for 2 years. And I was made up last summer. I said, well, we can get him. Yeah, get him. Then we never got him in the summer. Then the winter came, the January. I said, we can get him. And we could have had him for 58 million. And James Pearce came out and says he's an unknown quantity. James, that's Carlyle. Well, he's like, that unknown. That was a spin. That was an excuse why we didn't go for him. And he was a come here, by the way. Kevin Gallagher. Hello, Frank. Do you still do your work on? No, I don't do it, Kevin. No, mate. I do it on here. I do all the history on here every Monday and Wednesday. But last night, all of a sudden, just went off. Frank went missing. The boy Genius came down today to sort it for me. Jason, that is. That's lovely. I love you talking to one another. And so, Frank, I was here, but couldn't log on for almost an go away. But YouTube time. The time he got on, I was gone. The time I got on, it was gone. I was gone. It just went. I think I don't know what was happening last night. I'm being honest. It was all fully. I couldn't get. I was wanting to watch the White House. With so pathetic European leaders and the Green Goblin. The fella who dresses up in all green. With his little lift ups. I won't mention his name because he's a fucking prick. And I wanted to watch that, and I couldn't get anything alive. Nothing. It was just buffering all the time. So I knew that was something going on. And Stephen, what's the difference between a book and Arsenal? A book has a type. So let the Gunners know that. The Gunners, I don't know. Cheers, Franco. There's no. Wait till you see. I'll send a picture through when this is over, and you're gonna go. Are you sure? Honestly. And that lovely Mia says, I don't swear either, Frank. In brackets, like. I'm saying that on me. Now, is this one of these MI6 coded names? That's it. Plays well, Frank, but yes, Monday, Newcastle. Imagine the scenes if we have been sacked before that. I know that's why I did mention it ages ago, to be honest. Well, I think it did. Is that it'll be he won't play against Newcastle. So I think it'll be signing, the ends of the window. Mia, you swear all the time. See, Callum's causing trouble. I don't know. Do you know what? This must have been coming on. The Foz are. I don't know what's happened to them. Sorry. If you were looking forward to them, honestly, they were sent out. Jason sent them out. He sent me a message, and he told me today. He said I've sent the links out to Jamie and Fozzie. The Bear. Frank, Slot needs to coach the players to be in position to win the ball back in transition. This is the biggest problem. Everyone is out of position when we lose the ball. We look like conceding. Yeah. It's like a continuation of last season. We had already won the league. We were playing some great football, whatever. And then we started to lose the games. Come the end of the season, we started to lose. And the only good game we had, in my opinion, well, other people's opinion as well, not just saying me, was against Tottenham. The rest was crap. Really bad. And as someone said to me, well, we'd already won the league, didn't we? But it's not the point. Those lads went out to win, but it was just bad tactics. That's a mate. You play with your tactics. You play what the manager tells you, and the coaches. And he carries on. We look like conceding. Fronts everywhere. When we lose the ball. Yeah, we do. When we lose the ball, as you said, and everybody else says that there were people out of position. And that's how they got their 2 goals. And as I forget who said it as well, that set pieces are a problem now. We always seem to concede at set pieces. And we have done from last season, by the way. Mia, Callum, I try not to swear, but sometimes I can't help it. Normally, I swear for a reason, though. If I'm angry, or if I stub my toe or so. Should have heard me yesterday coming in here, and I banged my little toe because it was in my bare feet. You see, as you do. Don't worry, Bear, you're all right, we know the score, what you see. And I like the look of this kid, Leone. He's seen his videos. He likes to use his strength and shoulders a lot, getting in front of players. Apparently, he's as tall as, if not taller than, the Birds. I got good reports about him off some people in Italy, and he refused to go to any Serie A clubs. They were very interested, and he said, no, go over there to Liverpool and to play alongside his idol. That's the big Birds. And don't forget, we've got Conor Bradley at right back, but he's always injured. He's always injured. And Mayor says we're always our own worst enemy. We can save from giving the ball away. Why is Szoboszlai doing flicks for against a brilliant team? You're right. I was off on Seamus Town with my grandson Ben, and he said, "Put the match on." Well, anyway, he got it on. Only the highlights, and you see Szoboszlai doing that. That little flick that led to their goal. But if it would have come out, but it was brilliant because he had nowhere to go when you look at it again. So he tried to just, quick flick, but it hit that fella. It hit him. The fella never got up, it just hit him, unluckily for us. Unlucky for him, it just hit him and it went forward and they just went away. It's just one of those things. And Simon to Darrell. It will be Robertson and Gomez full-backs next week. He won't play Kirkers and Chiesa. Won't get a kick unless he's chasing us chasing a goal. Yeah. The depth of the bench still not great. City is the danger, in my opinion. Yeah. As a midfield at his town as well. I don't know. Glad we've got Grant back for the Newcastle game, says Yusuf. Hiya, Yusuf. Christopher. Hi, Frank and everyone. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Christopher. This is Enzo was slower than Milan, honest to God. Should have just got Gomez on if he is on the bet, and then he is fit enough to play. Yeah, he's very slow, was Enzo, when he was getting back. See him trying to get back. So, from behind the goal for the second goal. There he is. It's like a fucking, one of those, races, the 5 kilometre races, and at the gun go, you just see them running in a line. That's what it was like. It's Keystone Cops. It was Keystone Cops. But you have a look at them highlights again, and it goes on when Chiesa scores. And it goes on a slot. You see the relief from him and his backroom staff. The relief. It wasn't like, you could see the relief. We're going, fuck yeah, we could have fucked that up there, couldn't we, lads? But you did fuck it up, lads. I hate how Chiesa has been treated. If you ain't playing him, why shall? Exactly, me, I said, I've been saying it all from last year. I said it's an appeasement sign because all the fans were saying, all the supporters everywhere were saying, why haven't we signed anybody? Everyone else has signed. And you're getting slots saying, we don't need anybody. I like this squad. I like this squad. I like the squad. That's what he all kept saying. And then they brought Federico in. But I said, and anyone can tell you on here, mate, I said, the lads won't be played. I said that when we signed them. I was right. He wasn't played. maybe we won't be hurt in the transition as much with Gavin that says, yeah, but he's got to get it right. This is why, even Snapey said, this is why I've been saying it for 3 years, we need a DM. And when they were saying last season, oh, we got Gravenberch there, you know, I'm like, Enzo can, no, definitely. We still need a DM. I've just seen these latecomers here. No, I'm not having them on anymore. This fuzzy fella, you know what I mean? He rings me up and he says, how are you, Frank? And I go, great, how are you? I said, how are you, Fuzz? He said, I've just rang up to see how you're at. Which was lovely. But because he's late, I'm not bringing him on. He can stay there. Oh, it's no man himself. Lovely fella. Really is.
What is going on, sir?
How are you?
I'm good. Just arrived back from work, so I'm good.
Oh, I love you, yeah. No, I said to you, didn't I? You know, come on, you know, the link will be there for you.
Yeah, JB can't make it. He's got personal issues, he says, so it's all good.
Oh, does he? Oh, well, thanks for letting us know.
No worries.
Thanks for letting us know. It would have been good to have Jamie on. So first and foremost, before we go to all the comments, I made up here, to be honest.
Yeah. Anytime, Frank.
Right, what was your thoughts? I'm just going to ask you a question here.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts when Bournemouth scored their second and equalising goal? What was your first thoughts?
We wasn't playing well at the time, Frank. So it was a bit of disappointment because I wanted to keep it clean sheet. Then it hit me afterwards, and I realized it's the first game of the season. You know what I mean? You expect things like this to happen, and it's that time when teams are trying to find themselves. We've got new players in the team. I think we've had 4 players, I believe. The 2 fullbacks, Verts and Ekitike out front. So it was always going to be, a game we're going to test ourselves in the Premier League and, the physicality side of it. And yeah, I was a bit disappointed, but as the game went on, I realized, these things are going to happen in the beginning of the season, and there will be a time we're going to start clicking and then, keeping more clean sheets as we go along. But yeah, they got a 2-2 afterwards as well, and yeah.
Well, that's the finalist part, because every opening game I've seen for many, many years, not telling you how many years, I've been watching Liverpool.
Yeah.
And even when we were going away, been going away when I was in good health and watching them. Yeah. I've never, ever, on the opening games, honestly, the opening game of the season, I've never seen such diabolical decisions in my life.
Yeah.
He'd taken 2 fullbacks off. I've never ever seen that in my life, ever. So he got out of jail, I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Only for Federico. Only for Federico being in the right place at the right time, superb volley, bang, goal.
Yeah.
And that won us the game. I know Mo scored, in the last minute of injury time.
Yeah.
And what a goal. That was the best goal of the game, to be honest, Mo, the way he went for it. But that won us the game, Federico. It just deflated those lads after coming back from 2-0 down.
Yeah.
Which was great for them, for the supporters and whatever. And the supporters were absolutely wonderful as well, to do that. Total respect for Diogo, what they did, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And
so I had I've got the greatest respect for Bournemouth and the fans. But anyway, having said that, he let himself out of jail. He got himself out of jail. Chiesa did.
Oh.
He got Slot out of jail. That's my opinion.
Oh, 100%. 100%. we learned a lot in that game, Frank. We learned like these are not the type of games, like especially high intensity games. You take off the fullbacks, if you know what I mean, and expect the result to stay the same, because we only lost those goals when the two fullbacks came off. Don't forget that. We put a midfielder as a right back, and we put Robertson, who can't run anymore, unfortunately, as a left back. Yeah. I love the guy. I love Robertson. You know what I mean? 8 million from Hull, did fantastic for us. But that first goal, the way he ran back, just clear, it just proves he hasn't got the legs anymore, unfortunately. And it's sad to see, because what I said about Robertson, Frank, is, and chat, what I worry about is, and you've seen it, Frank, many years at Liverpool Football Club, when a player loses, the ability you're used to, everybody turns on him. And I don't want that for Robertson. I really don't, because he's done so much for this football club. And I see people after the game having a go at Robertson running back for the first goal, the way he couldn't catch the player. If you know what I mean. So yeah, it's just
I just mentioned that before, because that was pointed out. And as you know, this podcast is about looking at our goals. We're absolutely fantastic. Every goal was brilliant.
Oh yeah.
But we have to pick out the defensive frailties. Yeah. And one of them was Robbo. And I just mentioned a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Just before you came on, when you look at and Robertson, the way he was just he was too slow.
Too slow, man.
And that Lassie ran, God blimey. And this is what I mean. The likes of Frimpong and the likes of Kirkus, they're a lot faster. But they've been getting the instructions of the coach slot to do what they're doing. Because they're saying, the lads are saying on there, they were out of position. Yeah. Well, they're bound to be out of position if they're getting instructions to go forward, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's see what these say. And Yusuf, he says, maybe we won't be here in transition as much with Gravenberch in the team. What do you think?
I think so. I think Gravenberch has been missed. We even see it in pre-season when he's in that position. We look much better, if you know what I mean, Frank. I think, and I'm saddened that we didn't sign a DM, but I'm willing to wait for a DM until next season and make him the marquee signing. I know, Frank, you probably don't want that, but I think like we've signing all these players for now is a treat from FSG that we don't normally get. So I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But next season, the marquee signing has to be a DM. If these two players come through the door, by the way, if Isak and Gehi come through the door, I'm willing to wait till next season for a DM. I know you probably want one now, but either way, I don't mind it.
You're asking for 3 years, though.
I used to be in here telling you, I remember I was telling you about a DM in this channel. Every time I come on, I was talking about it.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, a few months ago.
So, but he understands what you're saying about me. I would want one, to be honest. But we'd just be grateful if Isak and the other fella, Gabe, whatever his name is, he comes. I'll just be made up with that. And then we'll have a solid team.
Exactly.
We'll have a solid team. And I think it'll give the likes of Big Veg and even Frim. I like Frimpong, by the way.
Yeah.
I like him because, to me, he says no one's getting past me. No one. And he has a go as well. And he can cross a ball and he can dribble. Yeah. So I like the lad. I like Kirkus as well. I think he's got to be given time, though.
Yeah.
Really, that's just me. So Yusuf, how about this? Feel like Chiesa would be better as an impact sub as opposed to a starter. Would you agree with that?
Chiesa. If we're not going to get another winger in, people, like in regards to the left side, like they could share them around like they did with the Diaz and Gakpo last season. If you know what I mean, Frank, you could play both of them. So you do need, obviously, we've got that kid Rio, but I don't think you should push Rio too quickly. give him time to develop as a player, have patience with him, and then we'll get the rewards from that eventually. So yeah, I think Chiesa, he could play right across the front in the right wing. He could play as a striker, and he could, as we saw the other day when he scored that goal, and he could play on the left side as well. So just use him as you did with Diaz. That's what I think. Like if the strikers need a rest, like if Isak comes through the door and Ekitike, just utilize the squad some way, Frank, to give us freshness, if you know what I mean. So we could compete for the Premier League and the Champions League and the cups as well at the same time. And I think we'll be fine with that, man, because that's what we was missing last season. Don't forget, Frank, the depth of the squad was the issue last season. We didn't have enough quality coming from the bench to help the first team. As soon as that happened, as soon as we didn't happen, we really, you know, the second part of the season we struggled. Paul Gravenberch wasn't doing the turns and all that stuff that he usually does because he was knackered. He was knackered.
He was knackered, that's why. He was absolutely knackered. The lad, he did burn himself out at come the end of the season.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we're saying, you see. And this is why I've been saying about a DM. But I know, you know, what you're saying, that, you know, it should be a priority.
Yeah.
After this season, if we don't get one in, and it should be. It should be really. So, okay, as Simon says here, guys, is it me or people just expecting Gravenberch going all season with no injuries or suspensions? They nearly run him into the ground last season. Enzo too slow, needs a number 6. So that's what he says.
Yeah,
but we've answered that, haven't we? You know, yeah, so you're right there, though, Simon.
No, but Frank, chat. Did you guys think when Endo reverted to the midfield role? I thought it was brilliant. You know, what I mean, I thought the team looked better when he went to central midfield.
Yeah. Well, Natalia says, Mia, she said, talking to her other lovely lady, I totally agree with you about Chiesa. He's a good player, but left out in the cold. Now, I'm going to ask you, do you really think, you know, from last season, don't think about last season now, but this season, do you think that Federico Chiesa should be given a lot more time?
Oh, 100%.
More minutes, whether it's substitute or whatever.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He looks like a different player, Frank and chat. He looks like a player that's fitter, stronger, more running ability. He looks a player that's hungry now. And you saw him after the game. He says he loves it here. He wants to stay here. He even thanked Arne Slot for pushing him. You know, because what Arne Slot people don't understand is like when Chiesa came to Liverpool, he came in when he was injured. I mean, he just survived a serious knee injury, which is an ACL, as we already know about Van Dijk. And it was always going to take him time. Look at Van Dijk. He was out for a year. So it was always going to take him a long time to get back to where Chiesa was. Don't forget, Chiesa was a £100 million player not so long ago, people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Everybody wanted him around Europe. So that talent just doesn't disappear like that. So now, like, what I've seen Arne Slot do to him is challenge him. He says, like, when you're in the team, take the opportunity. Then you watch, I'll change my mind, you know, in playing you on a regular basis. What did he do the other day? Came on, not only scored the goal, but I thought he played brilliantly throughout the game when he was on.
So, do you remember last season? I think it was Brentford away when Darwin scored, and Darwin ran towards the corner, and Chiesa overtook him and stole he scored. That's the enthusiasm and the passion of the lad. You know what I mean? He only came on as sub, and yet he was so passionate, you know, that there's Darwin scoring and winning the game for us because we didn't need to win us at the time. And that shows you the passion and sitting on the bench. But as you said about Slot, you know, nurturing him for this season.
Yeah. But
let's see now if Slot keeps to his word and plays the lad, because as you said, quite rightly, by the way, that he loves Liverpool. He loves the club. He's in an environment where he's actually... The song that they're singing, did you hear?
I love it. I sing it every time. I sing it every time, Frank. Even on my channel, I sing it every time.
But did you hear what that Tony Evans said?
Mhm.
You know the journal.
No,
He's saying that it's a terrible song. It's reminding the Juve fans of ISIL and all this.
oh my God.
He was got a shocking what he said, and he's a Liverpool supporter. He's a journal.
Wow. Wow.
Haven't you heard about that?
No, I haven't heard. This is the first time I heard it.
Shocking for us, honestly, what he said.
That's disgraceful.
It's an absolute disgrace. And he's trying to bring all this up.
Yeah, I mean...
But he's letting on that Twitter thing, he's letting all these Newcastle fans now shame. They've got no shame, Liverpool.
Yeah. Well, look at the truth that's come out about Liverpool Football Club being gracious in this ASAC thing. They actually they did it club to club talk. Now we're hearing like Liverpool done nothing wrong. I mean, all that time they've been saying Liverpool are the club that's unsettling him. We didn't. We're waiting for Newcastle to tell us to go and buy him now. That's how much we respect Newcastle. We know the relationship between Newcastle and Liverpool players and all that stuff. Terry McDermott's back in the day, Kevin Keegan's, Kenny Dalglish, John Barnes, Ian Rush, Andy Carroll coming. They even robbed us with Andy Carroll. They actually took 35 million record fee for Andy Carroll, knowing he was a crook when he first came to Liverpool. Unfortunately, we had the doctors that was crooked as well, who actually said he passed his medical. You know what I mean? So, like, come on, man. We let them do all that to us, and they're talking about us like we're the ones who are unsettling the player. They're crazy. They are mad.
Short memories, you say, as you know. Very short memories. And at least says, Slot got the subs wrong at Wembley too. No idea why he didn't bring Doak and Rio on the wings that day. Gapco and Salah were tired and terrible. So it's just, it really is about the subs, to be honest. And as Callum says there, Tony Evans is sausage. It's shocking what he says. I don't want to go on about that tonight, to be honest.
No.
With Tony Evans. I did say this, though, before when I mentioned him, because I did mention him before, Fozzie, before he came on. And LFC TV, it was there. And he went like that, he said. And we didn't need it. This is the 2005 Champions League final in Istanbul against AC. And he said, when Steven Gerrard scored the header, he said, we didn't need Gerrard to be running up, going, come on, we were already, there for the fight, all the fans. I said, you what? I said, he was cheering up everybody. I said, we just scored. What is it with you? He wasn't. I said, you're against that. Fucking idiot. Anyway, you made me swear there, Fozzie.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Mia said, and don't forget as well, Gattuso. Gennaro Gattuso. Now, I support the Azzurri, by the way.
Yeah.
I support the Azzurri. And and when Gennaro Gattuso became, the manager of Italy, he said, I need players to be playing for their club before I start picking them for the squad. Yeah. The national squad. He said they have to be playing. So I'm absolutely delighted with what he said and with Slot. Let's see. I hope he does, because there are still Serie A clubs after Federico, simply because they think that they can, as you said, he's a brilliant player. He was worth, I think it was $1.5 million a couple of seasons ago, only because of that injury. Anyway, they think that they can get him on the cheap, but he said, no, I want to stay. I want to fight for my place. So, I think that's a great testament of his attitude, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
And as Mia says to Bella, when he was at Juve, the manager said he's not in his plans. We came and signed him and got him excited to then just leave him on the bench. Yeah, but I think to be honest, mate, Fozzie's just answered that.
Yeah.
Brilliantly. Thank you.
ACL injuries are not an easy thing to. Some people retire, don't they, Frank? ACL injuries, they retired. I mean, it's just some people are extraordinary, like Virgil van Dijk. You know what I mean, when he had that ACL injury, it took him a year, but he's back to his best. You know what I mean? And there's some extraordinary players, but from when I used to play in my younger years, ACL injuries are career-threatening injuries. Some people don't recover from that. So for Liverpool to be patient with him, I think he signed a 4-year contract when he came to Liverpool as well. So they've been patient with him, and they got him through it. And I haven't seen him ever since he started getting fitter and getting better. I haven't seen him like get injured anymore. So they must have done the right thing some way, somehow, Frank and Trap. Because you don't hear a lot of injuries from him, do you, really, Frank?
Oh, Francine, she just sent me a message. She said, don't forget to mention Tony Evans. Well, I've already mentioned that, to be honest, and the Chiesa song. Will it ever be sung again? Yeah, they will. I hope our lads do sing it. It's got nothing at all to do with I'm stuck with Evans. And she says the PF player of the year is tonight, Salah to win, she said. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
And as Callum says, Tony Evans, sausage. Even if Frank, says Barry Alvarez in chat, hey Snapey, good to hear you've escaped the Aussie food. I was calling to give you a meet and put. This is one of the lads who's been very ill, only last week, and he's out of hospital. Stephen Snape. And Simon says Tony Evans is a weird character. Works for the Times. Every time I hear him, he sounds like an Everton fan. He's a red, I know that, to be honest, Simon. I think he likes hearing his own voice. You don't see him on the mainstream TV and radio much now. No, because it's only just imagine him if he came on and said that instead of reading about it, as we did. Shocking.
Because I had to Google him, Frank, but I know who you're talking about now. I think he's in Talk Sport a lot nowadays, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I've seen him on Talk Sport.
I tell you what, talking about that Jordan fella, he just does not like Liverpool, He doesn't like
Jordan, yeah.
Oh, blimey, I never watched it, I'm being honest, and when I go on YouTube,
Did you hear the story, Frank, about Talk Sport? I don't know if you guys heard it. Sorry to interrupt, Frank.
No, go on.
The story is, that Goldbridge guy, the Man United fan from
Yeah. Mark Goldbridge,
he says good things about Liverpool nowadays. I don't know how.
Brilliant.
Yeah, every Liverpool fan likes him for some reason, but I understand why. He said when he was working for Talk Sport, the story is, as soon as obviously you get on, they say let's wind up the Liverpool fans because they are the easiest to wind up. So this is why that's why they always target Liverpool fans, Frank, if you know what I mean, mate. Yeah. That's purposely done. So basically they wind up Liverpool fans call in, irate, they go mad, and they take the piss out of us. That's what Goldbridge said when he used to work for TalkSport. They always tell them wind up Liverpool fans. That's why even people who actually support Liverpool go on there. They don't even support us. They actually go against us as well. So it goes to show like what's going on the social media, side of things. Winding Liverpool fans is the way to get entertainment, basically.
Well, I just don't like that Simon Jordan. I just don't like him whatsoever because he's a snide.
Mm-hmm.
He is a snide, and what he said about Isak, Isak should do as he's told. By that out fella, Eddie out. But anyway, we'll get on to Yeah, he is Callum. He is a Scouser. Frank, where is Jamie and Fozzie? Says the bear.
I'm here. Am I invisible? Maybe I have to do my background different. Let me do my background.
Oh no, this is
I'm
easy.
got Baggio there, guys. Come on, Baggio. Come on. I did it for Frank Italiano. You know what I'm saying? The original, the best, the greatest player in Italy. There you go. There, I got him. There you go.
I love Roberto.
Oh, he's the best, wasn't he, Frank? Oh, what a sight to watch, mate. What a sight, man.
Pure footballer, wasn't he?
Intelligence at its best. Intelligence at its best.
Yes. With his little ponytail, must have been the worst ponytail ever in the world.
He became a Buddhist, didn't he? He became a Buddhist, that's why.
Yeah,
A Catholic, you know what I mean? Oh, man.
Yeah, he was one of me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Christopher says, Frimpong and Kirkes were not on the pitch when Bournemouth scored. Yep. You're right. That's where he made his biggest mistake.
Yeah.
By taking two fullbacks off at once. IBR, even in Don Franco, I hope you're spiffing. Yes. Look, our girls are talking to each other. This is a career. This is like a hospital thing as well, because we talk about everything. But all well.
We do.
But all well, they're all saying the best thing for that, is take this and stuff. The IBR says to Christopher, Kirkes looks off the pace.
I think, you can't judge him like that.
I want you to answer that, actually. And because Youssef right underneath says, problem is, none of our fullbacks are defensively minded. Can you elaborate on that?
I think they're fine. What we need to look at, guys, like they're in a different environment. You know what I mean? There's one thing playing for Bournemouth and there's another thing playing for Liverpool. You know what I mean? It's night and day. The quality is different. The way we play is different to Bournemouth. So it's gonna take these players time, just to get into the Liverpool groove. That's what we want them to be. Get away from that Bournemouth and other teams that come from way of thinking. So listen, it's going to probably take 10 games, and then you're going to see them playing the way you want them to play. That's how it is. You can't judge players on one game, because if you judge players on one game, then I don't think you watch football very much. You know what I mean? So like everything, like if you drive a car for the first time, you're not going to be perfect, are you? It's going to take you a long time to be perfect. So think about it that way, guys. That's how football is as well.
No, it takes time, and don't forget, we're in transition. We are gelling, and I think we'll be okay.
Yeah,
I really do. I think we'll be okay, because these are quality players.
Yes,
what we've got in, and if we bring that Gay, whatever, I can't. How do you pronounce his name? Gay.
Gay.
No.
Yeah,
Gay. Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, if we bring, I think, we're going to get Isak anyway. That's a foregone conclusion.
They're saying something about after the Newcastle game, the negotiation will go.
Yeah. I think it's between 140 and 150 on the table. That's it. If you don't accept it, that's fine.
That's fine.
But I think it's gone in now, and they're not coming out with anything until maybe the last day or the penultimate day of the window shut. And then we'll have Isak, especially after the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Do you know what I think, Frank, as well? Like, if Isak wasn't coming, why isn't he playing with these teammates, like in training and all that stuff? If you know what I mean, why is he not participating in anything, within the Newcastle bubble? Why is he training on his own? Why is he like reporting everything by himself? If you know what I mean. When I see things like that, it only goes one direction, which is he's heading off. If you know what I mean, because if he plays with these while he's under this environment, like moving, and he plays with his teammates in training and all that stuff, somebody could seriously injure him. If you know what I mean. So that we don't want to see. So this is why he's keeping himself to himself, because they're just waiting. and eventually the transfer will come through the door. Because the way Arne Slot is talking after the game the other day, he's looking for forwards. That's what he said, and a defender. So
Yeah.
there you go. The head coach said it.
Well, the thing is as well, we all know that we're trying to sign, which we are, but it's still attempting. It makes no difference how we look at it. Trying to attempt to sign a striker, an out-and-out striker, because Ekatike, I think he's that's a wonder by that. He can play out on the left. And obviously Ekatike, Isak in the middle. But we're also trying to get a centre-back, a very good centre-back, by the way, with that Guéhi. I think he's absolutely wonderful. And you see the way he came up. I'm injured. He wasn't, you know what I mean? You could see it.
He was when the manager was going towards him, telling him to come to him, and he
Exactly.
because the stories that's coming out from that, Frank, is, and chat, the story is he knows he's going to Liverpool. He knows there's something coming towards Liverpool. He didn't want to play in a London derby and get injured, and then that move ain't gonna go through. So that's the story that's going around right now.
Yeah.
But
that's a good shout, actually. That is a great shout. Let me go through a few of these, and maybe you can answer some of these. And Yusuf, we've got too many attack-minded players, including the defence itself. And Simon says, Franco, is this what Hughes and Edwards call opportunist signings? That's why they argue the toss over fees. Your guests like Richard and Michael. And the Bear, good to see you, lads. That's you, that Foz.
Oh, of course, Scottish Bear. He's always on my channel. What a wonderful human being, mate. He helps me out a lot. Thanks to you, Frank. I met him through you, by the way. So thank you for that. Yeah.
He's a lovely man, He's a lovely man. And ambidextrous. She says she's a she, by the way. I was calling her mate and fella, and what he says and what he says is. And she got back to me and said, I'm a female. I'm a female. Anyway, liking and subscribing is free. YouTube will boost Frank's channel. Thank you, ambidextrous. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Please
I
do.
really mean that. Anyone, the Bears always saying it, and Christopher.
Yes, sir.
Edwards, I think Slot wants to play like PSG. He mentioned them in his interview after the game. What do you think of that?
No, we need to calm down with that, guys. Like he's talking about the actual game. He wasn't talking about the season. He was talking about that game. You know what I mean? Like the way because Carragher was asking some questions, and he just replied to it. We're playing like PSG. You know what I mean? And which is attacking football. That's what he meant. Well, that's what he said. But he's not talking about the whole season. He's talking about that game. If you know what I mean. And for now, guys, like exciting football. It is like that. Don't forget, the Premier League goes through different stages as time goes on. So this is how everyone's going to play in the beginning of the season. As long as we win the games, I don't care about the scoreline, to be fair, guys. That's all I'm looking forward to. But I know there will be some stage of the season we're going to be keeping clean sheets on a consistent basis, making it solid, as other teams are going to do as well. Don't forget, everybody's going to play for something, like finishing in the Premier League position and, as high as possible, finishing top 10, finishing in the Europa League, finishing in the Champions League, and, obviously challenging for the title. So everyone's going to play differently as the season goes along. But as I said in the beginning of this conversation, playing like this in the first game of the season, it's not a bad thing. Trust me, guys. I loved every minute.
I'm frozen, by the way, so
I know. I saw that.
So don't be worrying. As long as you can hear me.
I thought you were doing tricks, Frank.
I went off last night. Completely went off.
Wow.
Say with Frank. I got up to do something. Only my chair was there. And someone said, Frank's gone invisible. Could hear me, you see. But anyway, as long as you can hear me, I'm not going to do all that again last night. IBR says Canate isn't as consistent as Matip and a big factor in rating someone as world class as consistent performance. So Canate isn't worth £300,000 a week. What's your take on that?
I don't think he's worth that much money. I think that when I look at Konate, he will have those bozo moments, as I used to say back in the day when I used to come on this channel on a regular basis. I love the guy. I think he's been fantastic last season, staying fit throughout. Obviously, he got injured against Real Madrid, but he came back stronger during the time that we needed him at the end of the season. The reason Liverpool don't want to give him a big wage contract is because of his fitness before last season. I mean, imagine paying him, imagine paying him 300 grand a week and he only completes in the whole season 15, 17 games. That's not perfect. You gotta be consistent, like you just said in the comment, for you to get that kind of money, and you got to show the fight for you to get that kind of money. Obviously, he did it last season, but if you look at the two before that, he wasn't. I think he had a broken toenail and he was injured. You know what I mean? So look at Virgil. You're telling me Virgil is not injured all the time? Like when he plays, like do people? Virgil is playing even with injury. That's how much Virgil is, and that's what we want Konate to be. But listen, if he's like playing about and not getting like he doesn't want the money that Liverpool are offering, I'd rather cash in right now. And you know,
I was going to ask you what would you do, to be honest, Foz.
I'm with Liverpool. I'm with Liverpool this one, Frank. I'm with Liverpool this one. I mean, if he thinks that Real Madrid is where he wants to go and achieve more money, then good luck to you. But we want to get money for you. We don't want to go through Trent again. That's gone out the window. If we get Gehi through the door, I think we should sit with Konate and ask him what's his decision. Does he want to go to Madrid or does he want to stay at Liverpool? And then if he gives us the answer either way, we just react to that. That's all. I'm not going to sit here begging him to stay, Frank. We're in a good position. If you're not happy with that, it's up to you, mate. You know what I mean? If you think Real Madrid is the way, go on then. One bad game, they want you at the door. Let's go in it.
There's a good. I just want to go through a few here. I think there's one right there what I'm looking at, but I'll go with. Just let me read out a few here. There's one that's interested me here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Yusuf says, I'm interested in Leone. He's 6'5". He certainly is, the lad. He certainly is. And the Bear says, Liverpool needs a proper strong DM. There you are. There you are.
I agree.
We haven't replaced Fabinho, and he's so right. The Bear's so right. And Dr. Benjamin. Hello, Dr. Benjamin. See, when I mentioned like some of our lads, you know, being ill, being in hospital, like me bloody self, and it's like emergency ward 10 on the pod sometimes. And there's Dr. Benjamin coming to help us all. But he says, for all the signings LFC have made, we still not happy, Reds? No, we're happy with what we've got, honestly. But you know, there are a couple of priorities, Doc. There are a couple of priorities simply because we still need, like, I forget his bloody name, Gay. And we still need a striker. That's what we need. And there's no alternative out there, to be honest, on these two lads.
Yeah.
The only alternative to that Geary is Nkappi. I've been wanting him for 2 years now, and he can say, you know, these will tell you on here. I think Nkappi can play. Well, he can play two positions. He can play left-sided centre back, but he also can play left back as well. He's a great player. Love him. Because I follow Serie A, you say, I follow Napoli and fucking hell. I follow it. I'm sorry. It's I follow it Inter, you know, Inter Milan as well. I've always followed them for years, only through family connections. That is.
Of course.
Anyway,
Frank, if you want to go out and come back in, it's fine. Like if you want to sort that out, because the frozen.
No. Honestly, I went froze last night. People were saying you froze, man. And I tried to do something, it went off completely. The whole of the show went off, so I'm not going to.
You know what it is? It's the green screen, Frank. It slows down the thing, the green screen. Just to let you know.
It's been great for the. It's only last night. I think something's wrong with something. To be honest, Foz. I don't know whether it's through the atmosphere. Sometimes the atmosphere, atmospheric conditions upset. The satellite things. I don't know. I'm not into all that. But anyway. So are you happy with all the signings? It's only what Dr. Benjamin says.
I'm happy. I'm happy with the signings, 100%. But what we need to look at as well, Frank. Okay, we signed the players that we don't normally sign, which is Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, Frimpong, and Kirkes. So these players are not Liverpool normally signings. That's what would shock me out of anything. And we're going for obviously other players. It's good to sign players like this. I agree 100%. I'm happy with that. But what we need to look at is the depth of the squad. It's not there. And even Arne Slot came out after the game and even told you as a head coach, we've got less players than we had last season. And last season was a struggle in the second part as well. So we still need to sign some more players to keep the depth, to make us win the major trophies, which is the Champions League and, the Premier League as well. So that's what people are not understanding. We're not hating on the transfers that we've got. It's fantastic. It's the best transfer window I've ever seen since 1987. When we got John Barnes and Ray Houghton and all these guys. So I'm never going to complain about that. But yeah, it's just the depth of the squad is the issue, guys.
Don't forget I never forget what Slot said last season as he took over. He just took over. He hadn't played a game. He never even played a pre-season game.
Yeah.
And someone asked him about buying players. He said, "No, I'm happy with the squad." And he said, "Oh, okay, And someone mentioned something, and he said, "Well, I like small squads."
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm afraid of, if he continues to like small squads. And I said at the time, last year, I said, "Hang on a minute, mate. This is the Premiership. It's not the Eredivisie.
Yeah.
This is the Premiership, the hardest league in the world." And he's saying he likes small squads. Well, I think he was proved wrong as well, by saying about that, because I never get over getting knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth Argyle. I won't forget that.
No,
because of the small squad, because of the depth of it, because there wasn't many quality players there. And also going over to Paris Saint-Germain, beating them over there, coming back. All right, we were lucky over there. But coming back, I expected us to win, as usual, at Anfield, European night. And we goes out. Someone said, "Oh, well, we only went out by penalties." I said, "Are we in the next round?" No, I said, "That's so we went out. Simple as that. We got beat." So, that I was very disappointed with those. And he made the wrong decision as well. About 10 minutes to go, he brought 2 players off who take penalties for their countries. Both countries, and he told me we couldn't score a fucking penalty, And that's, very disappointed with that. And as I said, I think Slot's learning as well.
Oh, yeah.
Slot's learning. Lee Brady, oh, yeah, I know what you mean, Frank, that it's Slot's tactics for the fullbacks being high up, but not getting involved as much. It just doesn't make sense at the moment. Maybe in certain matches it will, and we will see. It will, and we will see. And IBR says we clearly missed Gravenberch last weekend. Playing indoor with Mac isn't balanced, or Jones. So we definitely need more quality in midfield. Well, I think Szoboszlai, I don't know whether you'll agree with me. I've just seen a comment there. Honestly, I think when Szoboszlai and Gravenberch were playing the double pivot role. That was superb.
Oh, it was beautiful.
That was superb. So Bosley was absolutely amazing, and Gravenberch was. So, you know, I think when he's back, I think he'll have to revert to that double pivot. He'll have to, with Gravenberch and Bosley. What do you think?
Listen, we love McAllister, don't we? We love him.
Oh, we love him.
Listen, you don't win league titles without the likes of McAllister. I put him up there, you know, with the likes of Scholes and, you know, David Silva. These are the type of players you need in your team, you know, to win titles at the end of the day. But I've always said it, Frank, like when I look at a player, I look at overall. And Szoboszlai, to me, I've always said that he's the most talented footballer out of everybody that we have in that midfield. If he gets it together, if you know what I mean. If he doesn't do the dog work for other people, do you know what I'm saying, Frank? Let him play his game at least, if you know what I mean. So I think when Szoboszlai starts playing the Szoboszlai that we know and the ability that he has, people are going to be shocked, in my opinion. When him and Gravenberch played together, Gravenberch did the sitting and Szoboszlai was dictating. And I was at that game against Bilbao. I thought he was wicked, mate. I really liked the way he was passing from deep, long range, short range. You know.
Was you there at the? Was you up there, up here?
Yeah, I went to see the two Bilbao games.
You should have got hold of me. You should have got in touch.
Frank, it was a quick visit, but I promise you, I'll be back there and I'm gonna get hold of you. Don't worry about that, mate. I'm planning a long stay. Don't worry about that.
You could even walk to the ground from my place.
Wow.
I seen them walking, you know, when they're, you know, match days.
Yeah.
See them walking up. It's not bad.
I loved every minute. I couldn't believe I was watching 2 games, Frank, in one day. That shocked me. I was about to leave after the first one. They said, "Where are you going? You paid for 2." I said, "What?"
Do you know what? Can I tell you something amusing? Right? My granddaughter, she's 13 now, just turned 13. So anyway, I said, she was going to the Bilbao game.
Yeah.
And she said, I said, I'm going to buy her a new shirt. I said, what colours you want, you know? She said, I want the red one, Granddad. I said, okay. I said, who are you getting on the back? This is through this, by the way. And she said, I'm going to get Frimpong on. I said, okay, that's fine. I said, why Frimpong? She said, well, you know, he's a new player. And I said, okay. He's got a funny name. I said, okay, no problem. Right, this is genuine. So anyway, she was getting the shirt, right? So I said to her, so you're getting Frimpong on the shirt now? And she said, no, Granddad. I said, why are you getting on? And I thought she was going to say Ver to somebody. And she said, Ekatike. I said, why him? And she said, because at the end of the game, he came over. Now, you can imagine this. The big crowds where she's sitting. And he came over and applauded the crowd. She thought he was applauding him. She thought that he was applauding little Sophia. So she wants us dead.
Wow.
So she's got us on the back anyway.
Well, it's worth it, isn't it? He's worth it. Look at him the weekend. What a goal.
I loved it, you know, first. I think he's, you know, we say about if he signed a CSAC and we're saying about Vert, you know, what a great signing he is. Even McAllister, you know. But I think this lad is something special. I really do.
Yeah, me too, mate.
And it's very rare that I say things like that about a new player, to be honest, until I see them. But I see him just in pre-season as well. The passion he has. And against Crystal Palace in the cup final, when he was being subbed, I said, what's he doing that for? He's full of life, this lad. Brought him off. I think he's got something wrong with it. I don't like his substitutions.
Yeah.
And ambidextrous.
Frank, I don't know about you, but I'd rather he makes those mistakes now than, you know, in important stages of the season. You know what I mean? You can learn from them. You know what I mean? Life is a lesson.
But he'll have to. You know, he'll have to rotate properly, but he's got to rotate with quality. This is why we want more.
Yeah.
And as the lovely ambidextrous says, something about snake balls, I think, Frank. No, that was from last night, honestly. Someone was mentioned about a meal. Anyway, I'm not going into that. Freedom Journey. Hey, up, Frank and chat. Hey, Freedom. Made up to see you, mate. And Christopher says, I don't think we will sign Isak before the Newcastle game. I'd now be surprised if it's not a 10:30 p.m. deal on the last day. Yeah, we discussed that, Christopher. And,
Yeah, we didn't.
And Dr. Benjamin, Slot doesn't like a hard man DM. He's already said that. So that's not happening, says Dr. Benjamin. Okay. Well, you know, I want a DM anyway. Most on this chat have said as well, you know.
We all need the DM. Yeah.
And Paul Burke, my old mate Paul, watch the game again. Still can't work out what system we are playing. And the sending off thing, they ended up with a foul. How does that work? Can you talk about that? Yeah, obviously you've seen it. And that lad stretching out,
Yeah.
you know, his hand. And then he flicked it because it went away from Ekatike because he was right on it. And he would have been away. And yet, they got the foul. It's unexplainable to me.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. It's like, do you ever remember when Mane scored and he was well offside?
Yeah.
And that was a very bad decision. This was worse. This was a handball and a sending off offence.
Yeah, the Diaz one. You're talking about Tottenham away. Diaz, yeah. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
But that flick of the hand, though, Fozzie, I think that's an absolute disgrace. And we've got to sort that out.
It is. If you look at it, Frank, the VAR, I didn't even know who the VAR was. I've given up on this. It was Marco Oliver again. I mean, the thing is, it's the commentary that really angered me towards that. This, the ball jumped up and from his knee or something, and then hit his arm. Carragher and all these guys were saying it. And I said, no, if you look at it properly, the guy actually reached out for the ball. And they looked at it again. I don't know what VAR they're watching. Let me just say something, guys. Like, they are lucky Liverpool won the game. Because if Liverpool didn't win the game, they would have been hell to pay. If you know what I mean, guys.
Yes.
And Marco Oliver is involved again. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, he was on VAR. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was on VAR.
Yeah, it was him.
Michael Oliver.
Yeah, Marco Oliver again. And insurance, Frank, is gone from, the insurance from David Coote coming out and saying what he's saying about Liverpool and Jurgen. I don't know if you noticed, Frank, and chat. I said this in my channel the other day. Ever since David Coote did that stuff about Liverpool, how much he hates Liverpool and Jurgen and all that stuff, and called him a German this, referees have been nice to us. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you noticed, Frank. Frank, do you remember the last time we played a 12:30 kickoff?
No.
Do you remember the game? Do you remember anything about 12:30 kickoffs?
Oh, yeah, I remember the games. I thought you said when was the last one. That's all.
So you don't know the last one? As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. It's Crystal Palace when the late great Jota scored the only goal in the game. And do you know when that was?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Do you know when that was?
What month that was? In their area to put us away, yeah.
Do you know what month that was? October.
Figure now.
So if you're looking at 2024 October, yeah, we haven't played the 12:30 kickoff since then. So basically, the referees have been fair on us after that David Coote incident, and we haven't had a 12:30 kickoff since that October. And Liverpool won the league by a counter. Imagine all that stuff happened when Jurgen was here, being fair on us, like not giving us the 12:30s on a regular, not doing screw jobs on a regular. Imagine how many league titles we could have been on, Frank.
Yeah.
The only time they've been fair on Liverpool battered the league.
Yes, we did. And that's what I mean. I've always said, though, we didn't have drop off. And as someone said, not on the chat, someone said to me when we were having a chat, personal, I said, but we won the league, you know what I mean? I said, no, I said, we went out, it was just tactics.
Yeah.
I said, we wanted to win those games. I said, the only game that we played great is when we beat Tottenham 5-1. I said, that was the only decent game out of all the games.
Carry on, Frank. I'm just going to close my window in case moths come in, innit?
Yeah, go on. Go on. Yeah, go on. Simon says, must also remember VAR as a joke and refs and officials need to be held accountable. No more excuses. Otherwise, what's the point in having it? Howard's Webb sorted out, or you need a red card, lad, yourself. I think you're right there about Mr. Webb. And Dr. Benjamin says, I think the window closes at 7.
Yeah, it does. It's no more 11.
And our Francine says, my daughter does. Simon Brundish agrees with Tony Evans' statement. Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
He agrees with who's Simon Brundish? I haven't a clue who he is. And Mia says she's talking to someone. Mark Goldbridge is a fraud. That's why he keeps out of the way of Lee Gunner, because he knows Lee knows some dodgy stuff about him. Well, I don't know anything about that, to be honest, Mia. I really don't. Yeah, I think they've all got something on someone, to be honest. But anyway, Dr. Benjamin Talksport keeps saying pay 150 million for Isak or go away. They just don't want Liverpool to get him, obviously. You're spot on there, Dr. Benjamin, especially the way that Jordan fella comes out, Simon Jordan. And I don't know this Simon Jordan. I've just seen him a few times. And every time I've seen him, and as you mentioned there, Fozzie, I didn't know this, that, people say, wind Liverpool fans up. Just Liverpool fans. I don't know why they do that. And he just keeps going on about Liverpool constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. He doesn't want Isak to go to Liverpool. I'll tell you for why. This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
If we get Isak,
yeah,
which we will in the end, and get that Guy fella, we'll be unstoppable. I really believe that. We will be unstoppable.
That's what they want. That's what they don't want at the end of the day, Frank. Like Chiesa from Brentford is doing even worse than what Isak is doing at the moment, and nobody's questioning about it. When Trent did what he did, all of them were supporting Trent, even though Trent went for free. Used us to build him up as a player and give his best years to Madrid. You know what I mean? And going for free at the same time as well. Yeah, and nobody questioned him. They're saying he gave you 20 years, let him go. He gave you Champions League, 2 Premier League titles, etc. Well, Isak's done something Alan Shearer never done in his entire career at Newcastle, which is win a cup. So why can't Isak have the same dream then? I mean, which is like winning league titles and Champions League and probably individual awards as well. Why can't you give Isak that same dream as Trent that you told us to give?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and then you got Alan Shearer coming out with all that nonsense. The same guy who was saying let Trent go for free, now he's telling us to pay for Isak around 150 million. You couldn't make it up. You could not make up anything. That just shows they don't want. When Man United used to do that, Frank, nobody used to question them. When Man City spent everybody year in and year out consistently being unfair, nobody questioned them about it. When Liverpool are doing
Chelsea did it before City, didn't he? Chelsea did it.
Yeah.
But City did it.
Nobody questioned them.
No one says anything.
Nope.
But as soon as Liverpool are doing it this season, spending the money that we've saved up, more or less, they're having a go. And especially over Isak.
Make that make sense. Make that make sense, Frank.
Anyway, Simon Say, Fozy, TalkSport have wound up Merchants, Jason Cundy winds up Merchants, Jason Cundy and Andy Goldstein, to name but a few. Jordan has a history with Liverpool back to his chairman days at Palace. He has a chip on his shoulder. I'd go along with that.
Yeah.
And Toscana, our Italian girl, she says, my eldest son is called Roberto after Baggio.
The greatest Italian.
Do you support, being a big fan of Roberto Di Baggio?
Yeah.
Do you support? I do, like me. Do you support Italy, or do you look out for the scores? When the international.
I lost hope in international football years ago, Frank. I don't really concentrate on that anymore. But I used to love back in the day, when international football was something like everybody dreams about. I was all up for it. But nowadays, it's not. The passion is gone, Frank. The quality of the players don't exist anymore. What I grew up with, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Every national team used to have a special player. Nowadays, I can't name any players, if you know what I mean. But yeah, listen. When I was a kid, I love Italian football, especially like Baggios of this world, George Weah, who used to play for AC Milan, Ruud Gullit.
It was unbelievable then, wasn't he?
Yeah, they used to have brilliant players back in the day over there. Italian football was the place to go when I was growing up. Channel 4 used to host it every single time.
Every Sunday, and they just stopped it, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it was brilliant, that, because, you're seeing all the best, didn't you, really? And I've seen the best down here at Anfield when we played Juve.
Yeah.
Cannavaro, he scored, the little fella, and he scored, when we beat them 2-1 and went over there and beat them 1-0. And that was great, though. Yeah. That was an absolute brilliant game. I was there at Anfield when we went 2-0 up, an unbelievable goal by
Garcia.
Yeah, unbelievable that he just did it. And it went over Zoff. And Zoff was the best goalkeeper in the world at the time.
Wow.
Dino Zoff, great player, great keeper. Anyway, me says I'm too young to have seen the Baggio. It's a shame because most of the footballers are now bang average. Do you know what I said the other day? I don't know whether you'd agree with me.
Go on, Frank.
Do you know, I just follow with the Azori. That's all that I follow. I don't follow England. Don't follow any of them. And I said the other day that we always used to look forward to the World Cup and Brazil, because they were super players. They were unbelievable. Football. And I said, and it's ever since the Brazilian players are coming over to Europe.
Yeah.
We've lost that, magic sort of thing.
Yeah.
Brazil. That's me.
Yeah, no, you're spot on, Frank. Because I don't know if you guys heard recently in Brazil, what they said is they don't want European-based footballers to be playing for Brazil anymore. They want to start again with their homegrown players. The current generation are not as good as what they used to be. Brazil used to be the standards for everybody to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so beautiful to watch, guys. We used to stay, Frank. We used to stay up late, like early in the mornings to watch them, because their time difference in it. We used to just stay up just to watch Brazil back in the day. That's how much we loved watching Brazil. Nowadays, like the likes of Neymar and all these players just ruin the whole Brazil way of football. And this is why they're asking, for the homegrown players to be playing instead of like the players in Europe, because they don't believe they're good enough.
Well, our Francine sent a message and she says Isak has spoken.
Yeah, yes. There's something on Instagram at the moment. Sorry, in Twitter at the moment.
Did you see it?
Yeah. I can't really see it properly, but I just.
Well, can I read it out?
Yeah. 1 second.
He said, I'm proud to be recognised by my fellow professionals with a place in the PFA Premier League team of the season 24-25. First and foremost, I want to thank my teammates and everyone at Newcastle United who has supported me along the way. I'm not at the ceremony tonight with everything going on. It didn't feel right to be there. I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken. That silence has allowed people to push their own version of events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made, and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if their issues are only emerging now is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That's where things are for me right now, and why change is the best interest of everyone, not just myself.
Look at that, Frank. Look at that.
That's what the lad's spoken, and that's why he'll never play for Newcastle again.
No chance.
That's why I think that's...
It's amazing, isn't it, Frank? It's amazing, isn't it? All these years, Newcastle fans used to make us believe Mike Ashley was holding them hostage. So what's the difference in what they're doing to Isak then?
Yeah. And why I was reading it like that, it was the very, very small print. And I've even got my reading glasses on. It was very, very small print.
It's small, yeah.
That bloody phone of mine. Anyway, getting back to business. You like Frozy? That's a good picture behind you, says Bella.
Legend, man. One of my favorites ever, man. I love Badger, man. Oh, when I used to be a kid, I used to just try to do the same things he does with the ball. You know, Badger, Frank, I'm sure you know about it. He had one damaged knee, you know. He done cruciate or something, like he was bone on bone, yeah. And even with that, Badger won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Can you imagine he had two good knees? How good he could be?
I made up you said that, because there's a lot of, honestly, there's a hell of a lot of Liverpool fans saying about Konate, and he said, you know, he's got a little bit of an injury. And you mentioned it before. When you said that, the likes of Virgil went through the pain barrier playing, you know, albeit he was injured. But these lads were saying, you know, why doesn't he just play with a little injury? It's just a little niggling injury. Yeah. And he go, oh, I'm injured, and he's out.
Yeah.
I remember Matip doing that.
Yeah.
Until someone gave him a kick up the backside and said, listen, you've got to start playing. And he played and played and played and played through the little pain barrier. You know what I mean? And he was great. Was Joel Matip. He was great for us.
I loved it. Free transfer, one of the best I think I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. And they always say about Milner, you know, they overlook Joel Matip. They overlook him.
Frank, you can't even name many mistakes that guy did. I can't remember any.
No. The only thing, do you ever remember the Tripney bit? You know, pounds, shillings, and pence. Do you ever remember a Tripney bit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I used to call him a Tripney bithead, because sometimes he was right in the 6-yard box and the ball would be over there, you know, miss it completely and go on for sometimes a throw in. That's a Tripney bithead. But having said that, he scored some cracking goals with his mad head. Tripney bithead or not. But anyway, me says, I want you to answer this. Fozzie, you've got to answer this.
Oh, Frimpong.
And it's the lovely Mia. She says, Frimpong isn't even a right back. He's a right midfielder. Kerkez is only 21. The thing about Frimpong is he gets bullied off the ball too easily. How would you like to answer that?
Wow. Mia. I don't know if you watched Frimpong in the past. He even came out of his mouth. He's a traditional right back. He said, "Yes, I played wing back for Leverkusen, but it doesn't mean I'm just a wing back." Let me give you an example. Kyle Walker. Frank can remember this. When he was at Tottenham, even at Man City, everybody used to talk about his defensive side. But what made up for that? The power and pace. And since Kyle Walker hasn't been at Man City's right back position, look at the destruction they have. Self-destructs everywhere. Nobody knows how to defend. Edison is not the same. You know what I mean? Edison is going to Galatasaray, it looks like, as well. So what you got to look at, Mia, is he might not be good on the eye defensively, but he will do enough to, rectify those mistakes. What I love about Frimpong the other day, each time the ball was going past him, he made sure he sprinted back to win the ball back.
Absolutely.
And that's what we ask for. We, as Liverpool fans, we always say it, Frank. I learned from you guys, obviously. As long as you give me 100%, I've got nothing to say.
Oh, that's good. That's a great reply. That it really is, because I like Frimpong, and I only said last week why I like him. He must say to himself, "No one's getting past me,"
Yes.
and they don't.
Nope.
He even jumps on the back. Trying to get past him, and he jumps on the back. So that's, he does, and he just loves it here. He just loves playing for Liverpool Football Club and the crowd. I always remember when Roberto Di Baggio, Chiesa first came, and do you know what he did? He did this, and this is before he ever signed for Liverpool. This is like going back a couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you know when he was injured? And he used to say to us, "Well, have a look at this." And it was the Liverpool-Barcelona game at Anfield. He said, "Look at the crowd." And he said, when he's signing for Liverpool, he said, "I can't wait to get in front of that crowd." And the roar when he scored, I was listening to a Bournemouth vlog. He's a lovely fella. Showed Liverpool in a great light. I mean, the city itself. And he said, "The noise." He said, when Chiesa scored, he said, "The noise." He said it was incredible. So you can imagine Chiesa, running over when he scored. And the noise which he was only looking at a couple of seasons ago, like the Barcelona game, and it was dinner for him when he scored. And I like that.
I love that. Frank. I've always said it to Liverpool fans, remember, people don't want to just come to Liverpool because of, the name of the football club. It's because of you fans, the way you react to your players and the way we react to games. The atmosphere we generate in Anfield. There's nothing like it in the world. There's nothing like it at all. And when players watch it from, far and wide on TV, they want to be part of that. You know what I mean, Frank? And this is why, the likes of Isak, Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekitike and Verts, they fight to come to Liverpool because they want to be part of. They want to make their own history, like Mane, Salah, Firmino, all them did. You know what I mean? Because when we was on top, there was no one like us, Frank. There was in world football. I mean, how many teams can be 3-0 down against Barcelona and beat them 4-0 at Anfield with Messi, Suarez, and Coutinho in their prime? Come on. Only Liverpool Football Club can do that. And everyone wants to be part of that.
And who was on the bench that night, and I still can't get over it, was Woodburn and Brewster. That's how bad it was, the bench. Woodburn and Brewster.
Can you believe? And Salah wasn't even playing. Firmino wasn't even.
Firmino wasn't playing, no. The pair, and they were pivotal for that team. And yet they gave it all. the Cowboy, I just want to read what the Cowboy's saying here.
No problem.
Frimpong's pace alone makes him a better defender than Trent. And he goes on to say, Isak threw the toys out of his plan to get a move.
No.
That attitude will put me off signing, right? To be honest.
No.
And refusing to train is disrespectful.
Never refused.
Now, that's before I read out
okay.
a statement. Because I said ages ago, there's more to it. And he said last season, this is my last season. And this is what he said, it goes back a long time. So he goes back to last season when he never said it there in the statement.
Yeah.
But he knows about Newcastle and the fans,
Yeah.
saying, this is my last season. He knows this. He knows this, and they know it, and everybody else knows it. So they were, and they must have said, yeah, okay. And they really thought that they could be buying anybody because the money they've got, no one's gone. No one's gone to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Refusing to train is disrespectful.
It's true though, Frank, isn't it? Like, what I fail to understand, Frank, although you could, obviously, a lot more about me in football terms and obviously the chat as well. How can you respect a state-owned club more than a club that's doing things organically? Do you get what I'm saying, Frank?
Yeah,
Newcastle wants to fast track to get to the top like Man City did, like Chelsea did. Liverpool are doing it organically in the right way. And we're getting punished by doing things in the right way. But those people who are fast tracking to win Premier League titles are regarded as heroes, which is weird. Shouldn't we, in the real world, wouldn't you support a team that's doing it in the right way? Because not only we're doing that for ourselves, we're giving everybody else around us hope. Even with the state-owned clubs, we could still do something at the end of it. I mean, like, if you haven't got that type of money. You get what I'm saying, Frank?
Yes, of course. And, I think you're spot on there as well by saying that. And Mia says to the Cowboy, and he's right too, Cowboy, only if he's been promised something that's not happened. Now, this is all before what I've just read out. Yeah. So I'm going to go right down. To see what they say. They must have heard me. Kevin Gallagher says, miss your show on Merseyside, Frank. Thank you, Kevin. You want to watch it on here every Monday? I do a history show. With the exception of Liverpool play on a Monday, I don't do it. But if you look out for me on Wednesdays, I do a history show as well. And the Scottish Bear, miss your show on Merseyside. The Scottish Bear, Cowboy, you are 100% correct. And Mia says, I want to play football and win. So we all do.
Food football. Food football.
I love this Mia, I think she wants to marry me, You don't know that. She said, Frank, will you marry me? And I went, well, hang on a minute. And she says, Frank, unplug the camera and put it back in it. Pause should fix it. If I do that and I go off with me little throws, I will do that. Let's see. Yeah. I want you to answer the question here anyway.
What's the question, Frank?
I'm gone.
All I see is Mia's questions on the camera.
Yeah, the Bear, he comes out with wonderful things. I think Canate is overrated. He's got the bozo in him. I think there's a reason Liverpool ain't offering him a big wages. Because he ain't worth it. Can you answer that while I unplug this thing?
The money ain't worth it. That's true, Scottish Bear. The money is too much, man, for a player that hasn't earned the right. In life, you only get pay rises or whatever it is if you earn the right to, get that. One season doesn't earn you the right, to get 250 a week, man. it's just too much money for a guy that's injury prone. What says like you give him the 250 a week, and then I mean he goes back to being the Konate that we're used to, which is injury prone. That's scary. That's a scary place to be, and I don't think Liverpool want to do that. That's why like they're trying to negotiate a contract that's suitable for all parties, because we're gonna expect him to be injured at some stage anyway this season. So if he doesn't take it, I wouldn't miss him, guys. I love the guy, great guy. He looks like fun around the dressing room, but how comes we didn't get problems like that from the likes of Virgil? I mean, Virgil just got a big contract last season. You know what I mean? So, and he stayed for how long at Liverpool Football Club? What, 7 years, maybe 8 years? I don't know exactly how many years, but Virgil never cried about money. He's always wanted to play for Liverpool Football Club. That's what we want our centre backs to be. And I don't think if Konate is like fighting for financial reasons, which is the way it sounds like, then is he? I don't think he's worth it. I don't. Like I said on my stream the other day, all I want to know now, like, are you staying or are you going? If you're going, we've still got time to get rid of you, to go to Real Madrid and get finance or PSG, whatever, to get you out the door. I mean, as long as like you could tell us the truth right now, it's the best for all parties, in my opinion.
That's a great comment. What you? I couldn't find that thing. There's more wires here. You think that I'm in a big television studio?
Frank, you know when you're on StreamYard,
and lights and.
No, Frank, don't worry. You know when you're on StreamYard, Frank, yeah? You know,
Yeah.
like you can't go out and come back in. It doesn't stop the stream. I'll still be here.
No, I can't go back in. I can't. I did it last night, and
Yeah.
I went off completely. No one could hear me. My mic went off.
Did you end the show? Did you end the live show or something? You don't do that.
No, see, Jason's not there. He's the producer, and he's not there to get us all back on. And he tried anyway. I'll just carry on.
No, that's fine.
As long as you can see a stupid picture of me, that's okay.
That's fine, mate. As long as you.
Well, anyway, Mia, I want to go on a few here, but I'd love you to answer as well. Mia says, whenever Konate is on the ball, I get scared. And Simon says to the Cowboy, he was made promises about Isak last season and told Al after the last game he wanted to go.
Yeah.
He is a boy I'd read, but Newcastle only got themselves to blame. Take the 120 million and reinvest.
Exactly.
And the king to, about Konate, she gets scared when he's got the ball. The king says, "It's you, Mia." I love it. I love these. Are they on field raw? Fucking hell. Good evening, Frankie, Fozy, and chat. And look at all those berries and lemonade for you. Lemonade for you.
Thank you very much, Baba. Appreciate that.
And Frank lad, what's happened? Your portfolio? What's happened? You're a portfolio? I don't know. Is that because of I'm frozen? Yes. And the Rory gate. Mia, it's Frankie Tinder profile pic. What a gorgeous creature. Behave yourself, you. It just froze. Listening to Fozzy, giving me down the banks and everyone else on the chat. The Bear says, if we ever go to penalties again, sub Allison.
Oh,
Big man,
Lord have mercy, man.
There's top 5 penalty stoppers in the world. I didn't
Allison?
know that, Mohammed Valley.
Oh, yeah, Allison is awful, Frank. Oh my God. I always think to myself, Allison, do you actually practice penalties or not, man? Because every time you're on penalties, I worry. Like, I shouldn't be worried. You're the best goalkeeper in the world, but at penalties, it's weird, Frank. You just can't save it. It's not the wrong way every time.
Exactly. He can't read a penalty taker, can he, really?
That is poor for a goalkeeper that's as good as him.
Even Mia agrees. She says the thing with Allison is that when you hit a low shot, he's not as good as other keepers at stopping them. But
good point.
He's still the best. Yeah. Even the bear agrees with it.
Yeah. But that's practice though, isn't it, Frank? Like, you know football, Frank. Like, if you practice, you'll master it. You could read a player's foot, directions and all that stuff before he kicks the ball. If you know what I mean? With practice, you could do that. I don't think Alisson practices. I'm sure of it because he's very, very bad at it.
Well, what you think about the king here? What he says, yeah, Canate not as good when he has the ball. Gui, whatever his name is.
Gehi, yeah. Say Gehi is fine.
Gay.
At the end of it, yeah. Gehi, like he, yeah.
It's a pity there are Italian names. I can read all them.
I agree with him 100%. If you look at Gay, guys, you watch him obviously for Palace and England when he plays. He's so comfortable on the ball. I enjoy it. I enjoy players like that. I'm all about the comfort. You know what I mean? When players are under pressure, if they could handle themselves with the ball at their feet, I love that. And I think Gay is the type of defender that can do that. And not only that, I don't think if you spotted Gay play, you could see his short passes from the back is something special as well. So the kid's got it all, in my opinion. Might not have the pace of Kanate, obviously blistering pace, but he's got everything else, and he makes up for it with his brain, which is intelligence at its best.
Me is talking about the VAR thing. They said something like, "Sorry, we can't check it because of a certain rule." It's all rubbish. That's that. That sends an off thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going right down here, boys. I'm sorry for missing out some of you lovely people. I really am. Bianfield says Sammy Jordan's nose is only smaller than Steve Parrish's. Well, it's a Palace thing. A fair mobile phone call club owner crying because our old chairman slighted him once, David Moores. And he did as well, David. People, yeah. And for Roberto Baggio, haircut influenced millions of rednecks and travellers. I think you're right there. I think you're absolutely right. I'm going to go right down because we'll be ending soon, Fozzie.
That's all right, man. No problem.
Let's see. And the bear says, Isak has said he's had broken promises. Well, I've read it out. Yeah, I've read the statements out he's come out with tonight. And, if the lad's a liar, well, we won't sign him. But I don't think the lad's coming out with a lie. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And as the Foz said, if a big club comes in for you, you go.
Exactly.
Because Newcastle, unfortunately, they're not on the same level as even United. They're not on the same level as United.
Nope.
That's why that Sesko went to United, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why he said that. Now I'm going to United. They're not on the same level.
Isak can't be wrong, can he, Frank? He can't be wrong. I mean, look, they can't sign simple players, Frank.
No, he can't.
It's not the most difficult signings, is it? It's a simple signings. They can't even get it over the line, guys. Over 30 players have rejected them in the last year. Make that make sense.
Incredible.
They are in the Champions League, by the way.
I know. But I think, personally, it's not just that. I think geographically, they're in the wrong place, Newcastle.
Yeah.
They're in the wrong place, to go to. And when people look, where they are, rather go to around the Manchester, Liverpool way, or down to London.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And they even leave out the Midlands, don't they? The likes of Aston Villa. They leave them alone.
Yeah.
The start of the statement indicates to me that he's basically saying goodbye. Thanks to my teammates, says Mia. Spot on.
Yeah. 100%.
And, yeah. Frank, how you talking when your lips aren't moving? I'm what you call the greatest ventriloquist in the world. And when I speak, I have a look at Fozzie's lips. They're moving all the time.
Yeah, man, they're moving. They go. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm throwing my voice over to the Foz, and his lips are moving. You see. So anyway, Callum says, Simon, he's coming, lad. It's a nap. I think that's. The Anfield Roar says, Mia, he has also said, I'll only sign when Frank Carlyle camera comes back on.
Oh, damn.
And Simon, he was promised more money, but the former chairman and Amanda Stavley, the owners, told him to F off. You got 3 years left. Why would he give you more money for a brilliant season and a cup? He got shattered. But I know that's a bit of a, statement. I don't think that was right, but it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, look at that, Mia. Raw, Frank hasn't frozen. He's just got special power. Thank you, Mia. I'm going right down. Whenever something freezes on me, I always get done dirty. Hang on a minute.
Hang on a second.
Hang on. Callum, FNL, it's Raw. Where's he come from? Thought he was dead. And the Simon says, I'll be going to Madrid. You give us Rodrigo, you can have Canate. Would be a good deal. Canate is too soft. But we've got to get that Gooey in, haven't we, really?
Yeah.
I know we've got this young. What do you think of Leone?
I've only seen bits of him, Frank. I haven't seen what I've seen. He looks like a talent, and I've heard people in Italy are not happy he's gone to Liverpool so soon as well.
Yeah,
they wanted him to develop in Italy, and then he can make his move afterwards. I heard Arrigo Sacchi wasn't happy. The former AC Milan Italian World Cup '94 manager. Yeah, he said he wasn't happy the kid that's left, but. How can you not leave when you've got Virgil still here and learn under him?
Well, that's what he wants to do, as you know.
He's hero.
I want to play alongside Virgil van Dijk. That's his big, since a little kid, more or less, when he's seen Virgil playing and he's modelled himself on him. And he said, and this is his opportunity to play alongside his idol. You've got to say that. It's like me when you phoned me up the other day and said, and I said, would you like to come on Tuesday? You're my idol. So I have to have you on.
It's the other way around, let's be honest, friend.
I couldn't believe when you rang me.
Like with me in Liverpool, I learned a lot watching Frank back in the day. Believe me, guys.
Oh, thank you. No, I was absolutely. I told my daughter, Francine, I said, you know what? I said, I'll have phone me up just to see how I was.
Yeah, it wasn't he was coming on here. Frank just said to me, you want to come on? I said, listen, Frank, I've learned how to balance work and streams now. So if you want me on any time, just let me know.
Absolutely. And you'll be coming on a lot more. Right? I hope when you're free. Mia says, Bosie, can you tell me I have no ball knowledge? I won't get offended.
So what she says? She has ball knowledge. Yeah, you have.
She's a naughty girl. I think she's a naughty girl. I think she is. But I love her anyway. The Anfield Roar to the Callum. Well, hello lads. I went to the game Friday and I screamed so hard that I tore my larynx. Thus getting an infection and getting ill. Blind. Oh yeah, Salah has won the Player of the Year award more than anyone else. That's great.
Well deserved.
Thank you, Mia, for letting us know. Thank you.
I could share it with you, Frank, if you want me to. If you could, I'll show the image. Let me try.
Please. Can you?
Yeah. You just have to accept it. There you go, people. Just accept it. It should be on the next to my screen at the bottom.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
There you go, people.
It's the boy. As my daughter, my granddaughter, she's little 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And a mother came down, she see me, and she said to Sophia, "Tell your granddad who your favourite Liverpool player is," and she said, "Mo Salad." Mo Salad.
A lot of
She
people
never got
mistaken
Mo
that.
Salad on her back. She got Ekatike instead.
Oh.
Isn't
What a
that great?
player, Frank, eh? What a player, mate.
Oh, do you
Does
know
he get
what?
into your all-time, Frank? Does he get into your all-time team?
Do you know what? Do you know, like, if you go through Liverpool players,
Yeah.
and I always put, Kenny Dalglish he was on top of the mantle.
Yeah.
Then, what Steven Gerrard done for Liverpool Football Club, with no one around him, dragging teams, ordinary teams.
Yeah.
The only side that he had, a decent side, was when the likes of Sammy Upia was behind him.
Yeah.
And he's playing alongside Xabi Alonso. He's playing, even behind him again was Mascherano,
Yeah.
Fernando Torres.
Oof.
That was a decent team, with
Ben
the
Reunion and Albert Riera on the left. Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Oh, do you know what? That was a great side.
Yeah.
And we could have won the league, but we got beat by a mere 4 points. Right
We've only
there.
lost 2 games that season as well.
Yeah. And we do too many, as you know, and it was so sad. But I put him on top of the mantle as the greatest Liverpool player. Now, I can go back to the Shankly days, with players. But Steven Gerrard did it. And I've seen players come and go. I've seen them, the likes of Souness, an unbelievable player. Terry McDermott, one of the greatest midfielders, scored the best goal I've ever seen. Ever seen a Liverpool player score. Anyway, come the end of this man's career at Liverpool, I think he'll become the greatest player ever to play for Liverpool.
Wow. That's a big thing. That's a big statement, Frank.
It is. This is the way I look at Mo Salah. Simply because, Fozzie, what he's done, what that man has done. And when I seen him at the end of the game, and he was just standing in front of the cop, and the tears. Okay, now.
I know. He brought me to tears, unfortunately. Man.
And that's, to me, once he leaves Liverpool, anyone can argue with me and say, no, I don't think he is, but he is.
He's 1 league title away from becoming the greatest Premier League. If you're saying Thierry Henry is the greatest, what is Mo Salah? I mean, if he wins another Premier League title, that means like from day one he joined Liverpool, he's been the most consistent Premier League player in the history of the Premier League. Exactly. He's never dropped. And even when Liverpool were bad, when he was playing in the team, he still scored over 20 goals a season.
Yes, and there's a game on the opening game.
Scores again.
Last Friday night, he broke a record. He broke all the records for a player to score on 10 consecutive opening games of the season.
Wow.
He broke that record. No one will achieve that. No one.
I think he's about 10 away from Rooney, isn't he, Frank? Around 10, I think.
Yeah. But no one has scored more than Mohamed Salah on the opening day of their season. No one. He's broke that record. He was level with a few.
I don't know what he has to do, Frank. I really don't know what more he has to do as a player to be considered the greatest Premier League player. I mean,
even winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Is it because he's Egyptian and not French or Spanish?
Last season was the greatest individual season from a player ever in the Premier League. I mean, the way he carried himself throughout the season. When everybody's heads dropped at Liverpool, he was still going. I mean, not only that, people don't know what he does off the pitch for the players. He invites them to their house, to his house, sorry, and you know, cooks for them, has a cup of tea with them, you know, reassures them like we still got to win games and all that stuff. He gets people together. He does more than what he does on the pitch, you know. You think that's a lot what he does on the pitch? You should see off the pitch what he does for those players as well.
Do you know what I think it is as well, Foz? When we brought him over from Roma,
yeah,
and the whole of Anfield on his debut, you know, gave him such a warm welcome, especially when he scored, if you know what I mean. And I think he got the feel, the vibe, the attitude, even the respect that they showed him, and I think that went into his bones.
Same as Van Dijk.
He was just phenomenal, and he's been phenomenal ever since.
They never want to leave us, Frank, even when they were in their 20s. When they were in their 20s, every club in the world was chasing them, giving them as much as money that him and Van Dijk wanted. They never wanted to leave for money. They still stayed here. That's how much, you know, the Liverpool people, the Liverpool crowd can pull players, you know what I mean, and make them stay at the club, if you know what I mean. And that's what Van Dijk said. It's always been Liverpool, you know what I mean. So
you're right.
We have,
you're right.
Yeah,
absolutely. Christopher says, you know, they're talking about the game Friday. He said, my brother also went on Friday night. He said, what a night. The Anfield Raw says, Christopher, the atmosphere was unreal. Yeah. Only let down by one lad. That's the lad. You know, we're not a racist city.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with that, Frank. I really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but you know,
we've come a long way. You know, from days like that. I remember back in 1995, I was saying like, this is 1995, and we're still talking about racism, and we're 2025 now, and we're still talking about racism, Frank. Yeah. And what this
it goes on, unfortunately, but not here.
Yeah,
not here. I was doing a watch along, and I couldn't believe it myself, you know. And I said, no one knows what this fellow's supposed to have said. I said, because we're labelled with everything. No one can say nothing. We're labelled.
Yeah.
But what he is, what he said.
Yeah.
And he was thrown out. I've gone to match. I've gone to games for many years.
That's right.
And I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
In all my time. And I've been in every section of Anfield. Every section. I've been in the Cop, I've been in the, you know, the main stand now.
Yeah.
I've been in the Kenny Dalglish when it was the Kemlin Road. I've been in the Anfield Road. And when they all changed the names and everything else, you know, I've still been in there. I've never heard a racist comment by anybody. And I mean,
it made me disappointed, Frank. You know, I mean, this is my club. You know, I mean,
we're not a racist city.
Yeah, that's what
I got me chased them.
Yeah, it really shocked me, Frank, when I heard that.
It shocked us.
Wow.
It shocked us. It was.
Yeah.
It really did. It did. But anyway, he said, but apart from that, it was emotional and fantastic.
Beautiful tribute to Jota as well, by the way, guys. Please don't forget that. That was the most important thing. Tribute to Jota and his brother, Andre.
Well, that's why I had to mention. Good God, you know, I had to mention the way Mo was just standing in front of the Cop.
Yeah.
On his own. Because he was given the total respect to the Cop, to everybody else in the ground.
Yeah.
For Diogo was mate. Because they were all friends. Look, Toscana, you Sam, thank you, Toscana. Non-football, but Wooten Hall is on fire. Jesus. That's an historical place. I'll be talking about that most probably tomorrow night. Jesus. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's see what the Anfield says. Mia, on you of Frank's wedding invites. Can we have Frank's frozen portfolio on the invites, please? On the wedding night. That's the pose you see Frank's on here. See, like, Anyway, Scott Fallon. Hiya, Scott.
Yeah,
Massive,
my God.
massive statement come out tonight from Isak at the PFA Awards tonight. A must read. Thank you, Scott. We have read it. It did come through. Hey, there's no wind, though, but yes. Right, I'll have to leave. Let's see. Let's see.
Bloody hell, Salah's won 3 of them. Damn. Didn't know that.
Oh, we had.
He won 3 of them, didn't he? The PFA.
Jason says replacement camera en route. Yeah, well, he's that's the producer, Jason Pennington, come on and said that under my name, and that we are getting a new camera actually. Strangely enough, those mentioned today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Frank, question before we go. Are you happy that he came out with that statement, which clears up everything, like he wants to leave?
I'm delighted because it's just said everything that we already knew anyway. That we told them that that was his last season.
Yeah.
They've gone back. They must have said, "Okay, you're leaving," expecting everyone to in the close season. All these centre forwards that they went after, any of them have come here to Newcastle, and it's backfires on them, and they turn around to him and said no, because Liverpool looked at him, and he's a boy of Reds as well. Don't forget it. And I'm absolutely delighted, and it proves once and for all he'll never play for Newcastle again. He said goodbye to it. That statement tonight is saying goodbye to the Newcastle fans
and the players,
to the Newcastle club, the club of Newcastle, and to everyone associated.
Yeah.
The manager, Eddie Howe, and the backroom staff, the directors. He said goodbye. And once Liverpool throw in, I think they'll throw the bid in now. Unless they'll wait. I think it's already been done, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they've said, listen, we won't sell you now, but wait till we play you, and then we'll sell you. I usually tell the younger fans to relish watching Mo Salah because we may not see a better player again.
Oh, no.
Christopher. I think that sums everything up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's...
It's Frank, it's brilliant, isn't it? Like we've had we have so many great players at this football club. It's hard to pick like who will be in the starting lineup if we ever picked a starting lineup. It's got to be 2 teams, isn't it, Frank? You know what's sad? Suarez could have been the greatest Liverpool player of all time if he stayed. Even Kenny told him that. And he refused to stay.
Honestly, I don't know whether you've heard me say this when you've been on a couple of years ago. And I said the best player to throw on a Liverpool shirt was Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
I really said that. And I've always said it. Because when you look at what Luis Suarez, just imagine him being in this side.
Yeah.
Just imagine a forward like oh, you couldn't imagine it, could you? With Luis Suarez at his peak.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
I mean, there's something that you might know.
Go on.
And believe me, this is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Do you know, I don't like mentioning the Northern Ireland manager. I do not, over Suarez, the Northern Irish manager. I don't want to mention his
they
name.
call him around Liverpool the con man. That's what they say.
Yes, the con man. I'll just say that, the con man. He begged, believe this. You've got to believe it because it's fact. He begged the con man to play. You know, when we got into the Champions League that season, and he said, "Just let me play in the Champions League. You know, just for the one season. Then just for the one season." And he said, "No, you're going."
Wow.
And we sold him to Barca. He wanted to.
Because all you hear is Suarez was pushing the move to get out. I wish people know, like Liverpool, like the pool we have as a football club. Players, even Torres, isn't it? Torres even came out and said he didn't want to leave. Just Liverpool, they didn't fulfill his the promise they made to him, which is getting quality players through the door.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's why you mentioned it before. I've mentioned it loads of times now, since we started buying these players.
Yeah.
We've never done this.
Nope.
We've never done it. When we sold Coutinho, we bought Big Ali and Big Veg.
Yeah.
And they were the type of players that we needed right through the reign of Jurgen. But we never ever got them.
Nope.
We never got them. The top quality players we were going after their quads under the other fella, Jurgen. And because we blew up, because we never had the depth of quality, we would have won a couple of quads.
100%. If we signed these players that we got now, Frank, back then, we could be in about 3 league titles, probably 4. Yeah. We didn't go for players like this. If you look at Man City and Liverpool right now, Man City are signing what Liverpool used to sign, and we're signing what Man City used to sign.
Exactly. And once these gel, and I think it'll be a quick gel, by the way, but he's got to get it right. The slot, I don't care what anyone says, he's got to get the tactics right.
Yes.
He has to, for the sake of the lads who he's brought in.
Yes.
He's got to have, the likes of Gravenberch, as I said, and Tom, double pivot. They were brilliant.
Oh, they were brilliant.
And once they start, if you know what I mean, and the rest of the team then can just play around. I think that.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about McAllister. They worry about McAllister, but I wouldn't worry. There's enough games for everybody. Trust me.
Yeah, well, McAllister's there because McAllister is one of the, as you said, and everybody agrees with you that he's one of the greatest players in the Liverpool side today. He makes everything tick.
And he's aggressive. I love about his aggression, Frank. I love his aggression as well, man. Because not many of our players have that.
No. And he does have aggression. He does have aggression.
See the way he backed up Kirkes the other day. Do you see the way he backed up Kirkes the other day when Kirkes missed and Semedo, was it Semedo, whatever his name is, the boy who got racially abused? I think he took out Kirkes and Florian Wirtz somehow, and then McAllister came out of nowhere and took him right out. This is the backup that you need in the team, like someone like McAllister. The guy's just phenomenal, mate. And not only that, like I said, you got to be smart with formations, Frank, and chat. Man City and Liverpool in the old days, they didn't used to play their best players straight away. They do it gradually, And so you could keep them fresh as time goes on, if you know what I mean, Frank. And this is what we could do with the likes of McAllister. Don't forget, McAllister played a lot of games since the World Cup. When they won the World Cup, that guy has never had a rest. That's why Liverpool's taking care of him the way they're doing right now. They don't play him a lot anymore.
Yeah. Mike Codgrove, found your live streams by accident after watching your history videos. Used to enjoy listening to you on Radio Mayor. Thank you, Mike. If you ever want to, I still do histories. I rarely do, but they're on a Monday night at 7, just a history show. And also tomorrow night, Wednesday, at the same time as well. So if you want to join me then, Mike, be great to see you. And go listen, David Westhead. Let Torres go because they knew he would never be the same player after his injury. Fact. Now, David worked. I know David, but I haven't seen him for yonks, actually, David.
Can I be honest with you?
At Anfield.
Let me be honest with you, Frank. Yeah, let me ask you that question as well, Frank. What would you rather have? The Torres the way he was or Andy Carroll?
Torres.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
I think if you ask Benny, I think even David would say that as well.
There you go. There
We
you go.
loved him. We loved him. And he wasn't just a steward or anything like that, David. David Westhead was a main man around here.
Yes.
And he comes on, and that's why he's just come on to say, talking about Fernando, Elnino.
Yeah. We bought, like you said, like we got rid of Torres because he's apparently the injury. That's what people are saying. But we bought another player who had injuries that Newcastle pushed him towards us, and we paid a record fee for him, and didn't do anything at Liverpool Football Club. So I still have Torres over him any day of the week, even with the injury, if you say so.
There's another fella. He said, "Found your live stream by accident watching the history videos. Used to enjoy it. I think this is a little winds up because they're saying the very same thing.
Same thing. Strange that.
Very same.
Is he copy and paste?
Oh, blimey. Well, I'm going to say thanks, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. It's been. Well, you come on again, won't you, Foz?
Frank, I always want to come on here. You don't need to ask me, mate. I mean, just send me the link if you want me. I'll be here. If I'm not at work, I'll be here, mate. Don't worry about me. I mean, I told you the reasons before, so I'm always here available for you, my guy. Anytime you want me.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I really appreciate that because it's not only that, you know, you did surprise me. Well, you know, it was a lovely surprise when you just phoned me up to say, "How are you, Frank?" That's all. That's all you phoned for. That was it. And I was really moved by it. You know, when we stopped talking.
Yeah.
And I said to Jason, phone me, the producer up. I said, I just had a phone call, you know, of Fozzie to say, you know, how are you? That's all. You know, how are you? How are you getting on? How's your health?
Yeah.
And I said I was made up with that. I said, so I've asked him if he'd come on the show. And he went, yep. I said, so send him a link out.
Yeah,
So
Frank.
lovely.
I hope people understand me, Frank. Like, I told the guys, you know, some of the people in the chat even come to my channel. I'm not here for fame. I'm not here for.
No.
This is all I can do. I can't play football anymore. Why not talk about my beloved football club? You know what I mean? And join up with my friends like Frank. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about for me. I don't come over here to be, you know, glorified fame chasing and all that stuff. It's not for me, man.
Well, you're talking to fellow Reds as well.
Huh?
You're talking to fellow Reds.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to do, man. I'm not here for anything else, Frank.
I'm the best lad here. You know, Edward, nice one, Frank and Fozzie.
Oh, come on, Edward.
Edward, big up chat. And David Westhead, a famous manager once or many times said to me, football is a lie. And I know who said that too. And I'm not
I don't know.
Honestly. And all right. I'm not reading out them jokes. Toscana. Grazie, Frank. Great night. Thank you, Foz, and everyone. Buonanotte. Take care. Buonanotte, Toscana. I'll send you that photograph through. I'll send you the. And IBR. Nice one, Fozzie. It's good to see people supporting our OAP YouTubers. He's getting bad. You didn't know that, did you? Well, he's getting bad.
That's funny.
Not me, you know what I mean? She's getting inundated with it. Anyway, Frank, I will call you soon and tell you some actual fact. I'd love it, David. I haven't heard from you or Sharon. You know, I don't know how anyone's got on because I'm never on that Facebook anymore. Never. I don't know how everything. And you know, see, David is a very good friend of mine, and his daughter Sharon. She's a colleague of mine. You know, when we were there lecturing together.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard from them. And the bear, hit the like button on the way and subscribe to Frank's show if you're new in. Thank you, Scottish Bear. Simon says, night guys, thank you, Simon. I've just got to say to everybody, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, the bear. Take care, everyone. Fozzie is a legend.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man.
I think that's brilliant. And the Raw says, great show next time, Frank. Take the red pill. Get out there. And Jason says, you frozen on a serious face. That's why you can't read the jokes. I was listening to Fozzie, and when it just went, I was listening to Fozzie explaining a few things, you know, answering great comments, by the way, and the great answers he was given. And that's why I've got the serious face. And Mia, our lovely Mia, says, Fozzie and Frank, thanks for the brilliant show, and both take care, and everyone in the chat. Try and join us tomorrow night, Mia, because you love what we're doing. Honestly, you will. On the history of literature. And it all applies to today, what I mean. Being up the wall, mate, says David. I hope you do ring me, David. I really do. I'll be looking forward to it. Frank. Oh, Mick Gonzo. My comment came through twice on Facebook and YouTube, says Mick Gonzo. Mick, try and, you know, honestly, I do a history show, as I said, on every Monday. And tomorrow night, you'll enjoy it, honestly. And the bear, Frank has been looking through me, Albert, tonight. I haven't. The show, it was simply Fan Baby Dozy. Fan Baby Dozy says IBR still. Yeah, how about that? How about that? I'm going to go now. And Simon says, Fozzie, I subscribe when your podcast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Ambidextrous. Thanks, Frank and Fozzie. Great show. Thank you, Ambidextrous. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. And Christopher. I'll finish on this. Night, Frank and Foyle and everyone up the title winner. I think that's you, that Fozzie.
Foyle. I'm Foyle, yeah? Okay.
Predicted text.
I'll take that. I like that. Foyle. Never been called Foyle. I've been called Fonz, the Fonz before, but Foyle, I'll take that. It's no problem.
So make me laugh. I'll start coughing. Fozzie, thank you.
Anytime, Frank. Anytime.
I'll see you next week sometime. Is that okay?
I'm free next week. It's my holiday. Even if I'm in a sunny Spain or Turkey, I'll still be on. I'm taking my laptop.
Where about in Turkey you going?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So wherever I am in the world, Frank, when you're on, I'll be on. Don't worry. I'm gonna make time for your show. Don't worry about that.
Brilliant. Thank you. I'm going to Italy anyway. So
yes, I've been to Rome. I love Rome, Frank. It's beautiful, man. Rome.
Yeah. Favorite city.
Yeah.
Rome is my favorite city. Well, I used to lecture, didn't I, about the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And I love Italy. My family come from there, and on my mother's side, you know. So
yeah,
that's why. And I go there every year to vacate, but not this year, unfortunately. I can't go this year because of some health problems. But I'm going. We're booking for next year.
No,
we're booking tomorrow. Actually, I'm taking my daughter Francine and my granddaughter, because she wants to see where the family came from, you know.
Yeah.
And Joan Keane, hiya Joan. Imagine this. Love these chats. Please keep the podcasts going. Thank you. Thank you. And Christopher,
it's all good. It's all
sorry,
good.
Fozzie, called you foil.
It's
He's
no
a right
problem.
guy, you see, but he's sword, you know, he's D'Artagnan, to be honest.
Mm.
You know, he's got the foil in his hands.
It's all good. It's all good.
Buona notte, Franco and Fozzie, and everyone in chat. Mille grazie, Bella. Mille grazie, Carol. Thank you. Bellissima, bellissima. And on that wonderful note, it's I've been on nearly 3 hours. I'm ending the stream. Ci vediamo, as our Italian friends say. Ci vediamo. A domani. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Fozzie.